mark my words, I will be back 1 year from today with my hair at my butt, period. Okay? Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well, staying blessed, staying healthy. We are back with another video. The consistency, I love it, okay? Before we hop into this video though, I wanted to show you all my shirt. Yes, this is the shirt, one of my shirts that I have available on my website. It just says natural hair, check, melanin, check, and confidence, check. So, as Black women, we need to have all of that. So this shirt I just created in order to inspire that and inspire confidence in Black women. So check out my website down below and order your shirt today. But anyway, enough of the promo. Today's video, I am going to be talking about some tips on how to grow your hair healthy and long. Now, you may be like, honey, your hair ain't even that long. Why are you making this video? Well, because I have grown my hair back several times. I've cut it twice pretty short and it was able to grow back, and now I'm on the process of growing it down to my toes. So I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge that can help y'all out on how to grow your hair. So that is what this video is going to be about. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any more amazing videos like these, because they're going to be rolling out, okay? I'm going to be helping y'all out with your hair, with your skin, with your life, okay? We getting it all in order, so make sure you're subscribed, and we're just going to hop into this video. So I want to start off by reminding you all that there are no secrets, no shortcuts, none of that to growing your hair long and healthy. Point blank period, it takes time. It takes time, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. Like, it's just not. That's not how it works. But there are things that you can do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis that over time will add up, and before you know it, your hair will be the length that you want it to be, and it'll be healthy. So just starting right off, my first tip is, and this is the one that no one wants to hear. We don't want to hear it because we don't want to do it, but you need to be healthy from the inside out. What does that mean? That means drinking water, and that means eating clean. Now, I know we've all heard this tip and we're just like, yeah. And obviously there are people who eat whatever and their hair may still be long, but they're God's favorite, okay? That's just how it is. But if you really want to be healthy on the outside, you need to be healthy on the inside. So you should be drinking a gallon of water a day. That is what I strive for every single day. I don't always get there. I'm not perfect. It is still something that I'm working on, but I have this bottle here, my Hydro Flask. It is 40 ounces, and my goal is always to drink 2 of these a day to make sure that I am flushing out my system, so that way my skin can be clear and my hair can get the moisture from the inside that it needs. And then along with drinking water, you want to make sure that you are eating healthy. If you didn't know, our hair is made up of proteins, and that means, to me, we should be eating protein, you know? So make sure you are getting enough protein in your diet, and also fruits and veggies, because they taste good and it's good for you. It's going to impact your internal health and your external health. So now getting into things that you can actually do to your hair, you want to have a consistent, realistic regimen for your hair. Now, I emphasize realistic because a lot of the times we can come up with a regimen or something that we're gonna do and it's not sustainable, it's not realistic with our schedules. We may do it for a month or so and then fall off just because it becomes too much. So you want to really take a look at your lifestyle and things that you have going on and create a regimen around that for your hair that truly fits in with it. You want to create a regimen that is realistic, but you want to be consistent with it. You can't do it for a month or two and then fall off. That's why it needs to be realistic and something that you're able to keep up with on a consistent basis. So if you're creating a regimen for yourself and you're not following it, you can't be mad when your hair isn't flourishing, because you're not being consistent and you're not giving it the care that it needs. Our hair is very delicate and it needs a lot of attention like a baby, so we need to take care of it as such. And even if you're someone who doesn't really like to be in your hair, you like to put it away, that's completely fine. But you still need to have a consistent regimen. So whether that's washing your hair and then braiding it up so you can wear wigs or whatever it may be, do that, but do that consistently. Next tip kind of falls in line with my previous tip, and the next tip is just to keep it simple and have a plan for your hair. So this really does tie in with creating a regimen, but when I say have a plan, I mean have a plan for those days when things don't really go as planned. So maybe thinking of some like emergency styles that you know that you can do quickly or that doesn't take as much time, or just doing something so you're not just completely falling off your regimen because of life events. So say my normal routine is to wash my hair and then do a braid out. That's what I do every week. But say one day I don't have as much time, but I still need to wash my hair because it's getting dry and I don't want it to let it go any longer. So I'd wash my hair, put it in big twists, and then wear a head wrap. So that is kind of like my emergency style that I have planned for times when either I'm too tired and I don't feel like doing a full-on style, or if I just don't have enough time. So that is what I mean by having a plan for your hair, and then also along with that, keeping your regimen and your whole plan for your hair simple. We don't need to always be doing elaborate styles, and especially now during quarantine, like we're not really going anywhere anyway, so this is a perfect time to just let your hair sit and relax and just keep it simple. Put them twists in and rock that for a week. Twists are beautiful. I love them. My next tip is one that we've also all heard of and kind of just like, but does it really work? But yes, it does. And that is deep conditioning. Woo! I absolutely love deep conditioning. I love the way the deep conditioner just feels going through my hair and just sitting on it. It's an experience. So I deep condition my hair once a week because that's what fits into my regimen, but I don't do the whole like getting out the shower to deep condition and then getting back in. That's too much. I just simply deep condition in the shower while I'm washing the rest of my body, and that works perfectly for me. But everyone's hair is different. You may need more time deep conditioning, so you may want to get out of the shower, sit under a dryer, and do all that fancy stuff. And if you have the time and it fits in with your regimen and your schedule, then do that. That's completely okay. But if you don't have the time, it's also okay to just deep condition in the shower. But as long as you're giving your hair that extra nutrients, because when you deep condition, it penetrates deeper into your hair strands than just a regular conditioner. So I would highly recommend not skipping out on deep conditioning. And if once a week is too much for you and you can only do every other week or once a month, still do that, because something is better than nothing. And this also does just coincide with a regimen that you created. So if your regimen allows for you to do it weekly, bi-weekly, or once a month, that is perfectly fine as long as you are staying consistent. But deep conditioning is a must, if nothing else. This tip is something that some people do like to do and some people don't, and I've just recently gotten back into doing this, and that is oiling my scalp. I honestly believe that oiling your scalp is extremely important for hair growth. It stimulates the blood, and like when you oil it and massage it for a little bit, it stimulates the blood flow and it allows for hair growth. So I like to oil my scalp every other day. I try to do it every other day, and I really like to focus on like my edges. So I'll put oil here and just like massage it. I also like to focus on the back and the middle, because those are like my spots where I experience breakage. So like around my hairline, in the middle of my head is so sensitive, so I'm always putting oil there, and then in the back of my hair. But you can also just like do the whole thing, which is really great. So I recommend finding some oils that you really like and using that to oil your scalp. And this is important even if you're doing protective styles, still oil your scalp, because that's a perfect time. Since your hair is put away, you can really maximize on the growth that can occur if you're oiling your scalp. So I will be doing a video sharing my favorite products, and I will be talking about my favorite oils that I like to use on my scalp. So stay tuned for that. We have made it to the number one tip, in my opinion, for growing your hair. And this honestly ties into everything else, but you want to keep your hair moisturized. Yes, I know we all hear this word thrown around, moisturize, moisturized, moisturized. But yes, you want to keep your hair moisturized, because if your hair is dry, it becomes brittle and it breaks and you don't retain the length. Now, I know we all know that your hair grows from your scalp, so your hair is always growing, but the problem is you're not retaining the length because your hair is breaking off faster or at the same pace that your hair is growing. So if you are keeping your hair moisturized, it is not even allowed to be in that brittle state, brittle environment for it to easily break off. And to keep your hair moisturized, this is where the consistent regimen comes in. This is where not neglecting your hair comes in. This is where keeping it simple comes in. It doesn't have to be a chore or a full-on task to keep your hair moisturized, but it is something that you should be doing every day or every other day, depending on your hair porosity. And so for me, I have a low porosity, so that means it takes longer for the moisture to get into my hair. Other people have high porosity, which means the moisture goes in easily, but it can also come out easily. So depending on the porosity of your hair, this will tell you how often you need to moisturize. You want to listen to your hair, because just because it may not be a day where you normally moisturize, if your hair is feeling dry, you need to listen to it and go ahead and add some moisture into it. And we all have heard oil is not a moisture. Oil is not moisturizing your hair. It is a sealant. It is sealing in all of the moisture. So you want to make sure that you are putting in moisture and then sealing it with an oil, if that is your choice. I know some people don't like to use oils along their hair. I'm like an in-between. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But as long as you are moisturizing your hair with either water or a good leave-in conditioner or a good styling cream that is moisturizing, you're good to go. So make sure that you are keeping your hair moisturized, because in my opinion, this is the number one thing that causes my hair to break. And I've noticed there have been periods where my hair, I feel like, is not growing as it normally does, and I take a look and I see that it's during a time where I'm being lazy with my hair and I'm letting it go longer without washing it, or letting it go longer without moisturizing it. So we want to keep our hair moisturized, and we want to do that on a consistent basis. So that is my personal number one tip for hair growth: moisture, 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 along with a consistent regimen that really fits into your life so that you're able to keep up with your hair. Okay, so those were my main tips for hair growth, and then I do just have 3 bonus tips for hair growth. The first one is to take pictures. A lot of the times it doesn't look like our hair is growing, especially because it grows out most of the time before it grows down. So you may feel like your hair isn't growing, but trust me, it is. And when you take pictures, you will see the difference. And I'll just insert a couple examples from me here so you guys can see, but your hair is growing. So take those pictures because it'll be really good motivation, because there may be a time where you're feeling down or feeling like your hair isn't growing, and you look back and you're like, wow, my hair actually is growing. And then you have that energy and that confidence to keep going with your hair journey. And my second bonus tip is to just enjoy the process. Natural hair is beautiful, and if you are truly enjoying and embracing the process, you won't even be focused on the hair growth, and before you know it, your hair will be at the length that you want it to be. So just enjoy the process. My last tip, love your hair. I am loving my hair in every single stage, and so once you embrace the process and just fall in love with your hair, it won't be a chore anymore. It won't be a drag taking care of your hair. So those are my 3 bonus tips for hair growth. So we have come to the end of this video. I really hope that this video gave you some good tips on how to achieve healthy hair growth. My goal is, to have my hair at my butt. Yes, that's my goal. I want long hair. So in a year, I feel like I'm gonna be there with the consistency that I have. Mark my words, I will be back 1 year from today with my hair at my butt, period. Okay, so I really hope that you all enjoyed this video and took away some tips from this. And if you have any video suggestions or just anything you want to share, be sure to leave it in the comments. Let me know what your regimen is, how often you wash your hair. And yeah, that is the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all later. Bye, friends.